last week we got new music by John Carpenter released for our ears. That is the sweetest trick or treat there is for my ears. I tell you what. If you haven't seen it, let me catch you up real quick. There's a couple pieces to this news item, but of course, all things John Carpenter is always um, top of the list to discuss here for us at HDN. So I'm going to jump over to HalloweenDailyNews.com right here, and you can see last week we got a new track from John Carpenter. It's called "Cruisin' with Mr. Scratch," and it is from the upcoming 10th anniversary expanded edition of John Carpenter's Lost Themes. And you will recall that Lost Themes is the album, the first album that John released back in 2015 with his bandmates, of course, Daniel Davies and Cody Carpenter. And it was, after all the decades of all the great films and the film scores, this was the first time that Carpenter ever released any original music not related to any of his films, and very just geniusly called it Lost Themes, because that's what it sounds like, especially that first album. Like themes to John Carpenter films that were never made and don't even exist, but they exist in our minds now. And of course now there's been Lost Themes Volume 2, 3, 4, and the anthology albums 1 and 2, and of course the soundtracks to the recent Halloween trilogy, to Firestarter, and upcoming very soon, the A24 movie starring Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. It's called Death of a Unicorn. If you didn't know, Carpenter and his band recorded the soundtrack for that, and that's coming out this summer as well. But ahead of all that, we got Cruisin' with Mr. Scratch. And again, that is from the Lost Themes 10th anniversary expanded edition, and that is one of two actually brand new, previously unreleased tracks that are going to be included on this special expanded edition. The other one is titled Dominator, and that's not available out yet, but the expanded edition will also feature new album art by artist Greg Ruth, and an additional 7-inch, and that's what's going to feature those two previously unreleased tracks. So new old tracks or old new tracks. I think it's new old tracks, new to us, but they're old tracks, because they were both recorded 10 years ago during those original sessions with John, Daniel, and Cody for the first Lost Themes album. So very cool. And once again, from Sacred Bones Records, of course, who's released all of the Lost Themes albums. This special release, take note, is a one-time limited pressing, so take note of that. And Lost Themes Expanded Edition will be released on May 9th. It is available for pre-order right now, and you can find the links at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Now, I would play the track if we weren't going to get hit with a copyright violation, but I know you guys have all listened to it by now, so chime in the live chat. Tell me what you think about this track, Cruisin' with Mr. Scratch. I have listened to it so many times already. The day it came out, I swear I got up and it was just on repeat in my ears, like all day. I think it's awesome, of course. It's a big surprise, right? But it is kind of cool, though, having this little time capsule of 10 years ago. I just think that's really cool. But give me your thoughts on it, because their sound has been evolving and changing over the last decade. Lost Themes 4, Noir, the most recent one, I mean, it's still distinctively them, but it's very different. I'd say it's much more rock edged. Daniel Davies bringing a little more of the metal vibe almost to it this time, more so than in 10 years ago on that first album, I would say. Which really, I always think of that first album, and the first single I think was Night, and it's like I said, it's Carpenter themes to Carpenter films that don't exist. Um, but that's not even all the Carpenter news that we got, because in addition to all of this, John Carpenter and band have announced their first ever concert residency, and it is happening 4 nights this Halloween in Los Angeles. Check this out, okay? Here, let me. There you go. Now you can see the whole poster there. That's the badass official poster for John Carpenter live in concert, happening at the Belasco Theater, October 24th and 25th. Halloween, October 31st, and November 1st, 2025. Now, I'm going to read you directly from the official press release. This is the announcement. It says, quote, his films define modern horror cinema. His music brings unforgettable nightmares to life. And this fall, John Carpenter, one of the most iconic names in cinema history, will perform live for 4 nights only at the Belasco Theater in downtown LA, a rare experience for movie and music fans. Pre-sale tickets to John Carpenter Live, his first ever music residency, have begun for fans who have pre-registered, with tickets available to the general public beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Friday, January 31st. Tickets can be purchased right now at the official johncarpenter.com/tour. And John has partnered with Plus One to provide $2 from each ticket to the Anti-Recidivism Coalition, which supports incarcerated firefighters, and to the Best Friends Animal Society, helping animals impacted by the Los Angeles wildfires. Very cool. Dates for the John Carpenter Live residency, once again, are October 24th and 25th, plus Halloween night, October 31st, and finally on November 1st. John Carpenter, in a statement, says, quote, I've been setting my nightmares, dreams, and visions to music for a very long time, and there's a lot to choose from. That means every night of this event will offer something different and unexpected, end quote. This does mark the very first time that John Carpenter has performed since this marks the first time that John Carpenter has performed live since 2018. And this event, the John Carpenter Live Residency, is produced by Live Nation in association with Storm King Productions, the production company founded and led, of course, by John's wife, the very talented Sandy King. And again, for more details, you can go to the official johncarpenter.com, or you can, of course, always find out more anytime at HalloweenDailyNews.com.